Morning. It is very early morning here on the Wonder. It's our last day at sea today, so I thought I would take this chance to do a quick walking tour of the ship and kind of show you what it looks like now that it's been reimagined. This is our last day of our 7-day Alaskan cruise. So we're starting off on deck 3. Deck 1s and 2 are there's not much on them actually. It's great. Deck 1 is just the medical center and if you need to get off and on. Deck 2 is cabins. It's a little map of the ship. Deck 3 is the first really kind of public area. So we're walking here, we're in the aft of the ship, and we're walking here towards the window and show you it's a beautiful kind of partly sunny day here at sea. And beautiful. And right here at the aft is Tiana's place. It's all closed up now because it's way too early for it to be open. But it's usually just down this hallway here, right at the rear of the ship. And then also on deck 3 we have the connected sea desk. So this is if you need to do any of your Wi-Fi, if you need help buying a package to stay connected at sea, any help with your phone, that kind of thing, they can help you out here. And then this is the Promenade Lounge. Really quiet. So you'll see it's a great place for a quiet drink or to sit and look out at the ocean. And there's lots of events during the day there. Disney trivia, family craft days. These stairs go upstairs to shutters, and we'll look at that at deck 4. Still coming along deck 3 here, we have, this is kind of the back entrance to Tritons. It's Little Mermaid themed. There's a hallway towards the atrium. It's a Little Mermaid themed. Oh, I can see they've got the breakfast menu up. This is a place you can come for a sit-down breakfast during certain hours or a sit-down lunch. It's also one of the main 3 dining rooms that you can enjoy for your rotational dining. Beautiful in there. It definitely feels like the most elegant of the 3 main dining rooms. And walking along the hallway, ooh, it's bright today. It's been pretty overcast in Alaska, so it's nice to see that sunshine again. It'll be a beautiful day at sea. And we're walking towards the main atrium. And this is like a little seating area here right by guest services. The atrium is usually very crowded. That's why I started on deck 3. There's a lot happening here all the time. This is where the princess gathering happens. They do the character meet and greets. Lots of kind of fun and excitement in this area. Usually lots of people milling around. Guest services. These are one of the 3 sets of elevators that are on the ship. This is the midship area. And you can see you can see on deck 4 and deck 5. And then there's this really beautiful chandelier. Definitely is a highlight. There's a statue of Ariel here in the atrium. This is her ship. And then the staircase going up to deck 4. And you see there's a piano here because there's often music playing. Continuing on deck 3 here, We've got guest services. This is where you're going to want to go if you have any questions, any issues. You can see right over here, they've got a deck plan of the decks for the ship in case you want that. More information about the Connected Sea, and then always a hard paper copy of the Personal Navigator, which has got everything that's going on the ship every day. There's a new one. And on the other side, it's got information about shows, character appearances, and opening hours for all the restaurants and shops. And always an interesting one on the side, it just tells you the drink of the day. Okay, so continuing past guest services, walking towards the elevators. Okay, so this is the midship section. Stairs going up and down. On this side of the atrium, there is port adventures. So if you need help booking any excursions for while you're in port, this is where you're going to come if you have any questions, that kind of thing. No one there now because it's really early. And in this section, they often have photographer set up to do family portraits or to get your pictures on different backdrops. Okay, going back this way. The front of deck 3 is what they call the after hours area. During the day, anyone can come here generally. Depends on the establishment, but usually children are okay here until a little later in the evening, like 8, 9 o'clock. And it kind of gives you a hint of that after hours vibe with like the definitely the different carpeting. Feels kind of mature, glammy. This is a favorite picture spot for people for sure. It gets quite crowded during the day. But these beautiful portholes with like a padded seat and the kind of swish, plush looking velvet curtains and silver theming. Definitely a favorite Instagram spot. This is Azure. There's a lot of adult entertainment in here. They also actually do bingo during the day, almost every day it seems, or at least once a day. In this area, this is adults area, almost exclusively. I haven't seen any kids programming the whole time we've been in here in that area, or even family things. Definitely seems to be mostly adults. Continuing down the hall in after hours here. And the first is the Cadillac Lounge. Again, this seems to be an adult area exclusively. I haven't seen any family events in this area. A lot of the tastings and mixology events happen in here. It's really cool theming. It's beautifully done, feels very luxurious, kind of adult space. The bar. Definitely a nice place for a cocktail, and a lot of people seem to be enjoying those mixology and tastings that you do in here. Those are an extra charge. It seems to be about $20 to $30 depending on the event. But information on what's going on there is posted just right here on this kind of old-fashioned gas pump. And then leading this way, continuing through after hours. Again, we're in the front of the boat now. This is the forward staircase. Walking around. They've just turned on the music recently, so people must be starting to stir. This is a kind of a more upscale little shop. They have a lot of First Nations items in here because this is an Alaskan cruise. There's a lot of really interesting, kind of unique souvenirs in here for sure. This one is the Crown and Fin Pub, It's styled as a British kind of pub style establishment. We've actually come here a lot because they do a lot of the trivia here, and we really enjoy those. And kids are welcome at them even if they can't participate. They can watch you play, again, before, I think it's 8 or 9 at night. Great details in here. Definitely feels very pubby, like most of the pubs I've been to in England. Again, there's a lot of board games and things like that as well. There we go. So a lot of people just hang out in here, play a board game, relax, have a beverage, or participate in some of the trivia events. And that is deck 3. There's another back door to Azure. And that's it for deck 3. Let's check out deck 4. Walk towards the elevators. Okay, here we are on deck 4. At the very front of the ship on deck 4 is the Walt Disney Theater. This is where they do some movies, but it's mostly those big shows at night that Disney's famous for. There's usually 2 shows a night. One earlier one if you have a late dinner, and a later show if you have an early dinner. Today there's going to be 3 shows because they're doing an extra matinee performance, because our show is going to be very popular tonight. It's the brand new Frozen. Okay, and then walking this way on deck 4. Again, this is a public deck. It's got a lot of public areas on it. There's Preludes right here, which is usually a drinks and snack bar. They have popcorn for before the show, drinks, that kind of thing. It's a little seating area. This is usually pretty quiet during the day. And then there's the main shops. There's Whitecaps, which is more of an adult shop. It's got some adult clothing, Disney Cruise Line merchandise, some of the fancier things, the duty free. This side there's Mickey's Mainsail, which is definitely more kid oriented, family friendly kind of offerings. There's some plushes, kids clothing, princess outfits. Also, if you're into the pins, this is where you're going to want to come for your pins. There definitely seem to be a couple of exclusive pins. Like there's a Wonder pin, which I believe you can only get here on the Wonder. And there's some specific cruise ones. So there's some Alaska ones because we were on an Alaskan cruise. Gives you an idea of some of the things that they have in here. And some of the things on here. A little bit fancier. Okay. And this is walking towards the atrium. On this level, it's kind of a great spot to view some of the action in the atrium without actually being in the thick of it. Like, if you think you're going to get overwhelmed by the crowds or the characters, that kind of thing, this is a great place to just come and people watch or check out the action that's happening below. Again, no action right now because it's pretty early. I've only ever seen 2 other people this morning. Everyone's pretty tired after 7 days at sea so far. And this is the main entrance to Tritons right here. This is also acts like a little bit of a stage. You'll often see some of the action happening up here in front of Tritons. Turning back, you can see there's the entrance to the Walt Disney Theater down that hallway. Going over onto this side, the important thing over here is the Disney Vacation Planning Desk. This is where you'll want to come if you want to book another cruise, and there are definitely some advantages to booking on board if you're thinking of cruising again. Little seating area. This corner is often full for character meet and greets. They'll set up for the photography and the actual character will be in this corner, and the line will extend all the way down this way, because definitely that is a highlight of the trip and they are very popular. There's a particular character you want to see, you want to get there in advance. This is the D Lounge. It's a family-friendly kind of area. Although it says lounge, there's a lot of like family trivia, family game shows, activities, crafts going on there all day and night. And then keep on walking down this way. This is a lovely deck. This is, I believe what they call like a promenade deck. You can go all the way around and it has that real vintage feel, like you're on a classic boat with the teak loungers. A lot of people use it as the running track in the morning. You'll see people doing that or walking laps. Mark off some of that food. Anyways, so here we go. Down deck 4. This is a bit of an art gallery here. Very peaceful. Looking out the windows. Again, those teak loungers. This is another entrance to the D Lounge. More art. I think these ones are really colorful. They've been some pretty popular selfie backgrounds, for sure. I've seen lots of people doing that this trip. And then this section is the shutter studio. They can do actual portrait sessions in this little room here, or what most people are using are, everything's gone really digital. It used to be that there was, you could view your actual physical print photos here, but now it's all digital, so you can swipe your card and view some of your photos that have been taken by the ship photographers, and there's obviously places to purchase them. I think this is going to be a popular one today, as everyone's going to be wanting some of their pictures from the cruise. Also another little nice seating area. It's never that busy here, even though this is a hallway. So again, sitting on the benches, looking out the big portrait windows. That's a popular one. Gosh, it's going to be a beautiful day today. That sunshine. And coming to the end of deck 4 here, we're approaching the rear of the ship, and the entire rear of this ship is Animator's Palate. That's the third. Again, it's closed right now. I'd love to show it to you open because it's awesome. I'll see if I can try and sneak up later and get some shots of that. But it is beautiful. That was definitely a highlight. The kids have loved that. And it's the third main dining room. And back towards the elevator banks. This is the aft section.
Thanks for watching our video. Don't forget to like it if you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for part 2 of our tour of the Disney Wonder.